Hello, this is Big Boss Rescue Chief of Humane Emergency Animal Rescue. Welcome to our series, Animal Rescue Postmortem, where we analyze the good, the bad, and the ugly of animal rescues throughout the world. Volume 7, video number 11. We've got a raccoon that has, they're claiming it's like a Slurpee lid. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's a dome-shaped lid that goes over like a drink cup, but it's got an opening at a round opening at the top that would be big enough for an animal to get its head through there. So let's go ahead and go back to the beginning of this since my explanation. Okay, everything looks. I'm going to pause it. Everything looks good here. I'm always surprised at how these junky looking scissors are actually able to cut anything besides a piece of paper. So that's always a surprise to me. We use different shears and cutters out in the field. This is again where I would use that hook cutter to pull this out to get that separate gear. And then you can see a pair of gloves here. So whoever's holding this raccoon's head does have gloves on, and I'm always going on about having gloves on for this kind of work. Now somebody has got an ungloved hand in here to take this out, and that is unsafe. Any hands that are in this space here, where we've got an ungloved hand here, an ungloved hand here, anything that's in this space where if you lose the proper restraint on that raccoon and it turns around to bite, what has it got access to? Well, it's got an ungloved hand here and an ungloved hand here. And I'm going to say to you right now, no, you're not that fast. They're faster than you. Most people who I've ever seen get bitten by an animal, including myself, the bite was over and done with before I realized, and what I've seen other people realize happened. So it's over before you actually go, well, I've got puncture wounds. All right? So take it from somebody who's got experience, learn from my experience, and don't let it cost you. Really frustrated with this player here. And then the Windows Media Player, if you do any kind of pause, it takes up a huge section of the screen here. So look at these ungloved hands here. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to stop this raccoon from turning around and biting her. Now, one of the things is it's caught in the net. But I want you to see here in a moment why we don't use this kind of netting. Because this is the kind of netting in terms of the opening space, diameter, whatever it's called, is because we are extricating animals from that type of netting. So why would we use a fishing net? And that's what this is. This is a fishing net. It's for aquatic species, not mammals, okay? So that's why we don't use nets like this to do animals. The diameter of holes that are in the type of nets that we use are, let's say, about the size of a pencil eraser, or roughly in that size frame here. Wait, did I just see something here? Let me go back to that. Yeah, I knew it. Stop right there. Let's go back for just a moment. What else is missing in this picture here? Remember, we're talking about going out and doing this for a living and being a professional. And one thing, you don't look like a professional when you show up in shorts. You need to protect your legs, so your pants or your personal protective equipment. And we got bare feet here. Oh my God. I knew something else looked out of place here and I couldn't catch on to it at first. So this netting is not the kind of netting you need a professional animal handler's net when you do something like this. That way you are you're not running into this, because you may end up having to cut this net off of that animal because it gets caught in it. Look, it's having a hard time. With the type of net that I use, I can grab the end of the net and dump whatever I've got in there out pretty quickly, unless it's something like a cat and it's holding on to it. But that can be dealt with very easily. So, appropriate gloves are necessary. An appropriate animal handling net. Everybody needs to have a pair of gloves on. And then there's something else I didn't point out here. As soon as, watch this, as soon as they let off on any of this restraint here, you see how it starts darting? Most animals will do that. As soon as they feel the restraint, even when you've got them in your hands and you're restraining them and you ease off even a slight bit, they'll feel that and sense it, and they'll try to dart. So you want to make sure when you're doing something like this, you have good and proper restraint. Alright, so proper restraint, gloves, the right net. I like a hook cutter instead of scissors. I surely won't be in a pair of like these scissors that you see in there. I would never even consider taking that. Long pants out in the field to protect your legs. And then also proper footwear. We insist on boots. So, let's give them a 3 stars for that. Because they're kind of there. They're almost there in a way. But they're skipping some really important stuff there, okay? And, alright. 3 stars, and happily ever after. That's it.